Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back to the Uncle Sharma channel. A little bit of a late reaction to the match because I wasn't able to watch it. I watched I watched the first half and I missed the second half because I was actually playing some football. Football is back in England. Oh, don't know what's going on there. 1 second. Let me just sort that out. I don't know why. There we go. Don't know why the camera was doing that. But yeah, football is back here in the UK, so we're actually able to play some football. So that was fun, and I watched the replay now of the second half. And guys, what a terrorist performance! 29% possession. Sassuolo dominated possession, but in the end of the day, Inter getting 10 wins in a row, top of the league still. Clearing out, the point lead is now getting very, very impressive. It's getting to that point where it's starting to become hard to deny people that are going to say that Inter have won the Scudetto. Is getting hard, but what a performance! This is not one of those performances that you're going to remember for it being very attractive or peak performance. But this is terrorist ball. This is terrible. This is Al-Qaeda, ISIS, they watched this match and took notes from Antonio Conte because this was absolute terrorism. The Zerbi's boys, as we said in our preview, those guys play nice football, possession football, 1-2 passing, very, very nice play out from the back. But at the end of the day, Inter pretty much created the same amount of shots and the same amount of chances, probably even more clear-cut chances as usual. Inter, that's one guarantee always with this Inter Antonio Conte team. Even if you play badly, even if you have less of the ball, it doesn't matter. These guys are a chance creation machine. We should have had 3 goals at the end. Alexis Sanchez messing up the little lob he tried. Obviously it was on. If you're Alexis, he's got the quality to do it, so you have to try it. You have to do that kind of shot, but didn't quite work out. But that meant that at the end, I didn't watch the second half live, but even me rewatching it, I was in my seat, like just watching, like, well, what are you guys doing? Like, it reminded me of a little bit of, past Inter teams, but you just know with these guys that they're going to hold out. And yeah, now let's chill out. I think the Champions League matches have played as well, so I haven't actually looked at any of the scores, but let's talk about this match together. Let's put some player ratings together for this match. Let's start. Let's see who's in the actual stream. We got 16 people. Got Marco. Yeah, sorry I was a little late. I was just getting some stuff ready, so I'm gonna pull up some stuff on the screen as usual. Party too hard. No, I played football too hard. I got my toe is bleeding. Actually, some guy stepped on my toe. No, I wasn't. I missed all the Champions League matches, man. Chelsea seem good, even though PSG won tonight. I feel like Bayern can do something. Yeah, I've seen that Bayern lost to PSG, as far as I know. Now Biggie in the house. Who else we got? Samir. Got Neymar as his Avi, big Neymar fan. Hakimi not having it last games. Yeah, we can start off with Hakimi. We've been talking about it for a few weeks. Check CEO's. Okay, I'll check those in a minute. For Conte's post match. Conte, Lukaku's onside. I didn't get to rewatch that actually. I just I saw that, but he looked a little bit off to me. But I haven't got to see the actual replay to that. Lukaku probably man of the match. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let me just bring up. Yeah, so let's start off in goal. Actually, let's not start. Let's just go in order. Samir Handanovic didn't really have much to do, to be honest. We'll just give him a 6, the usual. No crazy saves to do, but what he had to do, he did well. Sassuolo didn't trouble him. He couldn't do anything on that Traore goal. That was a nice goal. That Junior Traore is a nice talent. He's got a knack of scoring against Inter. He scored, if you remember that match, Empoli-Inter, the one that almost gave all of us heart attacks, the last Spalletti match where D'Ambrosio Handanovic had to save our asses, but Junior Traore scored in that one too, and he scored again today. But yeah, Handanovic will start off with just a basic 6. Milan Skriniar, right centre back position. What do you guys give Skriniar? I would give him out of 6.5. I think he was actually probably the best out of the defenders. I would say the centre backs. He made a couple of good tackles, a couple of key tackles. especially in that first half with Boga was in on goal. That tackle, that was an important tackle. Obviously, Boga's finishing is not always on point, so maybe Handanovic would have saved it, but that tackle was so important. Last ditch tackle without fouling, clear, getting the ball, very clean tackle. This is what we know Skriniar for. So Samir says 7 Scree, fair enough. I'll give him a 6.5, but 7 is fair too. Oh, we got Risto in the house as well. Siamo noi, Capolisti, siamo noi, definitely, bro. Who else we got? We got Ahmed. Lautaro was impressive. Yeah, man. He was impressive in the build-up play. That in the first goal, he was very heavily involved. That volley was so nice to out to Ashley Young for that first goal. Quality play. And as always, he just works so hard, man. Handanovic 6, yeah, as I said, 6. So 6 for Handanovic, 6.5 for me. Skriniar. De Vrij. Talk to me about De Vrij, guys. What did you make of De Vrij? He looked, obviously he had the COVID case, so he looked a little bit rusty to me today. There's a couple of times that people got in behind him, and there was that penalty shout from Sassuolo, which if it was given, that would have been very soft. I mean, yes, he did tug on his shirt a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. Raspadori fell over like as if, Skriniar, De Vrij was like hanging on to his day life to his shirt. But if we've seen them given, but it would have been super soft. I think he got a little bit away with that one, but in general, he looked a little bit off, but obviously as expected, COVID, he had COVID recently, only recovered recently. So I expected De Vrij to be a little bit off. See De Vrij's tackle. I'm guessing you're talking about the one at the end when he made the last ditch tackle, but to be fair, he was offside anyway in that tackle, but he didn't know, and it still was a great tackle. So for that, I would give De Vrij a 6, I would say. Skriniar 6.5, as Palm said, yeah. De Vrij 6.5, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with any of you guys strongly. These 0.5 differences is fair enough. Hrista says Barella had a stinker today. Yeah, we'll get to Barella. He's been having a little bit of a period. Young was surprisingly good. De Vrij wanted by PSG and City. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's a top quality centre back, of course. These teams are going to want him. 6, Smiley says for De Vrij. Yeah, I agree. Samir says 6.5. Palm says 6.5 too. 7 from Big. Yeah, okay, this is one I'm going to agree because you're now going 1 over what I'm giving him. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one. What about Darmian, actually, guys? What did you make of Darmian? He's in in a new position for him, but he's played that in the past. But for Inter, this is the first time he played there. I think he did quite well, to be honest. Defensively, I didn't see him make any mistakes. He made some good tackles. He even made himself, available forward a little bit like Bastoni does in the first half. He did. Yeah, I think he did quite well. I mean, he did better than Kolarov ever did in that position. So I would give Darmian a 6.5 too. What do you guys make of Darmian? I'm giving him a 6.5. Matty Doms with the beautiful locks, I wish I could grow hair like that. It just looks nice, especially when he's running. You just see it bouncing. It just looks aesthetically pleasing to me. Yeah, Darmian better. Yeah, Darmian might be actually a better alternative to Kolarov. Marco Cipollini says Darmian was an 8. Wow, so you're a big fan of Darmian's performance. Yeah, no, he did really well. He did better than I expected, to be honest. But to be fair to Darmian, compared to Skriniar and Hakimi on that side, Junior Traore and Toljan weren't really much of a threat. On the other side, you had Boga, which obviously is a big threat. Traore is more of a attacking midfielder. Obviously, he's always going to drift inside, so he didn't really have much of a guy that would have been troubling him. Yeah, Smiley says 6.5, solid performance. Lucky 6.5. Yeah, Samir Darmian covered well. Basto, yeah. He did well. You need guys like Darmian, these guys that you can put in any position in the team and they will do a job for you. You can put Darmian as a, even let's say every single midfielder was out and you put Darmian in the middle, I think he would do somewhat of a decent job. He's just one of those guys, a utility man. He's never going to give you an 8 or 9 out of 10, but he'll give you a little bit like D'Ambrosio. He'll give you always at least a 6 out of 10. He'll put in a good effort. Hard worker, humble, and yeah, what a signing! 1.5 million from Parma. Really, really good signing. He's up there for one of the signings of the season, to be honest. Very underrated. I think Darmian was the best of the lot. 7 for him, played some good balls forward and solid at the back. Yeah, he actually could be some of the best. I said Skriniar was, but he could actually be. You're right. He'd made some nice balls forward too, along with his defensive performance. So he could be the best of the back. Now Biggie says Darmian was a solid 7. Ahmad says 6.5, one of our most underrated players. Yeah, definitely deserves more hype. Spot on, bro. Didn't feel like we missed Bastoni. Yeah, Smiley. Yeah, you're right. It didn't feel like we missed Bastoni. 7.5. Oh, we got Mr. Interworldwide in the house. I caught your stream for a little bit, but I was showering post my football match. But you did a good job as always, bro. I was thinking that Ranocchia should have come on for Young and switch him with Darmian because Young looked very tired after 60 minutes. Yeah, we can go on to Ashley Young next. As Hristo says, he was surprisingly good. What do you guys make of Ashley Young today? I think he was one of the best players out there. Let me just pull up a little tweet actually, whilst you guys comment for Ashley Young's rating. You guys know I've been quite critical of Ashley Old this season. I've been called for Perisic starting over him for a while. Now Perisic is out, and I have no problems. Like in the last match against Bologna, he did fine. Today he did more than fine. In the first half, he was probably our best player. He created that. He got the assist for that goal. Let me just pull up this tweet actually from a little stat. Obviously, you guys know I like to pull up stats here and there. Let me just share my screen with the man them. So we got here, Squawker Football, Ashley Young, Inter versus Sassuolo. Most ball recoveries, 6. Most clearances, 6. Most tackles, most crosses, most chances created. And he recorded his first league assist since November. So shouts out to Ashley Young, man. He winded back the clock. I know Anthony Inter Worldwide has been asking to respect him. And he definitely does. The performance definitely deserves respect from for Ashley Young. He balled out today. After I'm never a guy to start random agendas. If someone deserves praise, I give them praise. If someone deserves criticism, they'll get criticism. I'm not going to be one to give blind criticism or blind praise just because I like someone or dislike someone. He did a good job today. So what we give Ashley Young? I'm giving him a 7. I'm giving Ashley Young a 7, to be honest. Assist, and generally he did have that one moment actually. As Nathan was great, but that handball decision, that was just right on the edge of the area. And guys, I've been banging on about the 2 penalties he conceded this year. And if he made it 3, it would have been the 3-peat of 10 penalties conceded in one season. That would have been pretty bad. Even though he has all this experience, he seems to have these kind of brain dead moments for some reason. But luckily, wasn't too bad. It wasn't a bad. The free kick came to nothing in the end, so it was fine. Let's go, big win. Yes, Nick Knox. 6.5 for the assist. 6.5. Yep. You probably mentioned at the start, how many wins away are we? I'm not sure, Anto, actually. I'm not really want to do these kind of calculations, but we're 11 points clear, 9 games left in the season. You got to say, I don't know, 4 wins. And that's pretty much it. In my mind, that's pretty much. I can't see the other teams, making up that much ground if we, secure 4 wins. Still plenty of points on the road. 7 for us. Yeah, I agree. Samir, 7. Young FC, man said Young FC. This is not 2012, brother. This is not Ashley Young Aston. Well, to be fair, he did look like Ashley Young Aston Villa days, but get out of here with your Ashley Young FC. Franco, what's up, bro? Ashley Young surprisingly good, solid 7. Yeah, Lucky says 6.5. Yeah, we're getting similar numbers. Smiley, 7 for Young was dangerous every time he went up. Needs to be more careful defensively. Yeah. As we said, that handball was a little bit sticky moment. But he's doing really well, replacing Perisic. I think did good, but I think he can't play the full 90. Yeah, I mean, he is 35 years old, guys, and this Conte system requires a lot of hard work and running. So yeah, he probably does. Usually Conte does substitute the fullbacks as well. Usually, like around the 70th minute, he'll bring. But obviously now we don't have the option because Perisic is out. and Darmian was playing, so Hakimi and Young had to stay on. Young side, well, some silly errors, yeah, in the handball, but 7 out of 10 Palm, yeah, I agree. Yeah, now Nathan, let me just take a break from speaking about the ratings for a moment. I mean, for now, it's fine that we've got, it doesn't matter now. This terrorist ball I am absolutely fine with it. Actually, I kind of enjoy it, this terrorist ball of 29% possession and still creating more chances than the other team, and, looking like we play like shit, but in the end, efficient, doing the job that's needed to be done. But at some point, there needs to be, like I was saying before this match, I expected Sassuolo to have more possession because this is what they do. They're the team with the highest average possession in the whole league, 57% on average, that's very high. And today Inter probably dropped out of the top 5 because Inter were 5th in the list. I think they were around 52 or 53. This 29% possession definitely brought Inter down. But long term, definitely you can't keep performing like this. It's fine for now. As I said, the team knows when to drop back and sit deep and suffer. But we're not really suffering right now. The team is so well drilled now. It's so well disciplined. Even Eriksen, all these types of players, Saintsy, when they come on, they know what to do. But in Europe, when the teams, when you've got the likes, not the likes of Pedro Obiang or Maxime Lopez in front of you, when you've got the likes of, Kimmich or, these top quality center midfielders, they will open you up even if you're sitting deep. You can't play Catenaccio terrorball even in Europe or for the whole season. We've seen even with Mourinho and the Spurs team now, you can do this kind of football when the results are coming, because the players, this is not the type of football the players want to play. They won't want to suffer for the whole 90 minutes. But once the results don't come, you need to, some things need to change. But for now, guys, I don't care. Terrible all the way until the end of the season. I don't care if we have 5% possession, 2% possession, as long as we get that one shot, one goal. That's all that matters until the end of this season. And then we can think about, developing different ways of playing in pre-season when we'll get a proper pre-season next year. Let's not forget we didn't get a proper pre-season this year. And maybe Conte can try to work more on that 3-4-1-2 idea that maybe he had, or a higher line. I know we're not big fans of it because it didn't work out, but in the end, you have to have different ways of playing against different teams. You can't have always the same style of play. As we've seen in Europe, when teams sit back against us, when we are given the ball, then we need to find other ways of breaking down teams. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we need to get to it. But for now, terrible until the end of the season. I'm happy. I'm more than happy to see it. It gives me so much pleasure to see opposing fans actually, Milanisti crying about, all you do is long ball to Lukaku, or you play like shit. Inject it right into my veins. Your tears, you're crying about our terrible, and Antonio Conte doesn't give two flying Fs about your tears. But yeah, let's get back to the player ratings, guys. Yeah, obviously you guys let me know your thoughts on the whole the possession, as Nathan says here, the possession thing. Does that worry you, or you're fine with it? Yeah, no, Nabi says 4 more wins. With 5 wins and a draw from mathematically winning, Nadim. I'm going to take your word for it, bro. I'm going to take your word for it, Nadim. You sound like you know what you're talking about. So, 15 points and draw, so 16. Yeah, that sounds about right. 16 points to secure the Scudetto, as Eriksen would put it. Samir, we did a first double over Sassuolo. Yes, let's talk about that as well. Sassuolo have been our bogey team for so long. We haven't beat them at home since 2014, guys. Since 2014, since the Mazzarri era, since the Kovacic, Osvaldo, Icardi days, we haven't beat these fuckers at home. So, yes, we've finally done it. 3-0 away, 2-1 at home. Nice. Maybe officially now do they even count as a bogey team anymore? Let's move on to Hakimi's rating now. Conte should bench Hakimi against Cagliari to get fired up for the Napoli game. Like at the season, that's what I was saying in the preview to this match. Obviously, we can't do it at the moment because of our lack of options. But Hakimi was benched at the beginning or near the beginning of the season against Sassuolo and a few other teams when he struggled at the beginning, and he's going through a little patch right now. And I'll probably have to give him today the worst. I think he was the flop of the match, Hakimi, today. I'll probably give him 5.5. That the goal that Traore scored is definitely on him. He was diddly daddling at the back, which you definitely shouldn't do. Handanovic was fuming within. He was Haki when we conceded that. And in general, his decision making, I've been saying this for weeks now, it has been worrying me a little bit, because it looked like he was really getting into the groove of things and understanding his teammates. But even recent weeks, it seems like he's not on the same wavelength as Barella on that right-hand side, or Skriniar, or Lukaku. At the end, he had that chance to pass to Sanchez, and, he went straight to their player. His decision-making is just a little bit lacking in the final third, especially. He doesn't seem to take on his man as well, like 1v1 when this opportunity. He's very one-dimensional. He's probably, if he's going to do something, he's going to try to take you on the outside. Whereas at the beginning of the season, I felt like he was trying to do a few more things, trying to go on the inside. So yeah, I'm giving Hakimi a 5.5. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, we got a celebrity in there. We got actual footballer Ruslan Malinovsky, the nuclear left foot from Atalanta. What's up, bro? What's up? Says, I love Terrorball. Park that bus, that train, that ship. I don't care. Suez Canal, that ship. They can't get out of the canal. That's what we are at the moment. Yeah, as the Palm says, first win in 7 years. So yeah, let's see the Hakimi. Ooh, 4. Ay. No, everyone is not happy with Hakimi 4. Okay, 5. Ay. Offensively, couldn't get past right, and obviously he's read. Yeah. Okay, I might have to downgrade him. I gave him 5.5. Yeah, you guys are probably right. 5 is probably more fitting, because at the end of the day, his mistake definitely cost us the goal, but it didn't cost us the win, guys. At the end of the day, I think a 4 would have been if he really cost us the win. It would have, if you ended up drawing or something. I think 4 would be a bit too harsh. Yeah, Marco, I think 5 is probably. I would agree with the 5, to be honest. 5 is what I'm thinking. Okay, let's move to the midfield then. A lot of you have been commenting about Barella. He's not had a significant role in the last few games. No creativity, no accurate passes. Yeah, similar to Hakimi, Barella has been in a downward phase for a few weeks now, I feel. Since even before the international break, he was showing signs of tiredness. But now I'm not even sure if it's tiredness, because if I pull up the stats 1 second, he was actually the one who covered the most kilometers, actually. Obviously, in Brozovic's absence, he is the one. Let's see the stats here from the Serie A. You can check these stats on the Lega Serie A.it, guys. If you go, they have a match report for every match. Here we see the brand new shiny logo there. Looks nice, to be fair. There you see Barella covered 12.38 kilometers in total, followed by Skriniar, Hakimi, De Vrij, and Darmian. And let's see, did Inter outrun? Yeah, Inter as usual, 114 kilometers covered compared to the 112 by Sassuolo. So as usual, Antonio Conte team outrunning the opposition. Nothing new there. Interestingly, Stefan De Vrij had the highest average speed in sprinting, 35.12. I'm guessing, did that happen when he did that last-ditch tackle at the end? When did De Vrij sprint like that, bro? Because I thought Lukaku maybe at the end when he done Obiang for that Sanchez chance, I thought Lukaku would have had the highest sprint speed. But geez, man, like De Vrij, 35 kilometers, that's impressive. I didn't even know De Vrij had that in him. Shouts out to De Vrij. But yeah, in terms of going back to Barella, let's see if he comes up in any of these in terms of passes. He's not even here. Usually he's in the passes, like final third passes. All of these players, the Sassuolo players, he don't think he have an attempt on target. He's in the passes completed. He's not there. So yeah, in general, it definitely wasn't a great performance from Barella. You can see here the heat maps. Inter camped outside their box. And this is Sassuolo's heat map. Look at this spread all over the field. Inter just there, waiting right at the edge of the box. And look at the average positions. You can see here Eriksen, Barella, Gagliardini. Very deep the defensive line. Look how high Sassuolo's line was. This might be the deepest I've seen Inter's defensive line. And this is look at the average position in ball possession as well. It's a very deep line today. Look at this in no ball possession, just very deep. This might be the deepest I've seen Inter's average line. Yeah, the average length of the defensive line, 21 meters. But yeah, Barella, what we giving Barellino? 5.5. I think, yeah, I'm thinking around 5.5 because we expect more from Barella. That's the thing. He covered the most ground. We know that he's going to give you that. But from Barella, if we're talking about him being the best midfielder in Serie A, we've been shouting about Barella the whole season, how he's the best midfielder in the league. So he probably should show more. Solid 6, Lucky says. Okay. Gerard talking about Hakimi again. He's trying to improve defensively. If we do polish, I'm sure he'll be back. New improve his attacking. Yeah, I'm not worried about Hakimi, guys, in the long term. He'll be fine. I'm just in this period, he's having a little bit of an off period, but long term, I'm not worried about him at all. Nadim says, yeah, that's probably a good point that he's been gassed out mentally. He never gets a rest in this team. And he finally got a yellow card. So next match, he'll finally get a rest. He probably didn't want to get this one because it's against his old team, Cagliari. And he scored that banger last time against them. So he probably didn't want to miss this one. But finally, Barella will get some rest. And we'll see next time, I guess, we'll have him fresh versus Napoli. So maybe we'll see Barella back to his best against Napoli. Smiley, 5.5. Yeah, he's tired. So the performances have been good. The yellow card is hopefully a blessing in disguise. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Obiang got cooked by Lukaku. Barella 6. Samir also says 6. Yeah, fair enough. I think Barella's having I think everyone's in agreement. He's a little bit burnt out mentally, physically. It's a long season. He's played every single game pretty much. I think he maybe deep down he probably took that yellow card on purpose just so he could finally get some rest. Yeah. I think Conte is the manager who can get best out of the players. Definitely, he makes rows with the players, but also his tactics and man management spot on. Yeah, man, spot on as always. Ooh, SC coming with the stat from Opta. This is the lowest possession we've recorded since Opta collected records in 2004. Geez, so this is literally the most terrorist ball we've ever played. Even since Mourinho days. Wow, that's crazy. That's a nice stat, SC. Thanks for bringing that one up. Cinque per il Barellino this time. Yeah, 5.5. That's what I'm thinking. And Eriksen, I would give probably something similar. It's difficult for the midfielders, guys. They didn't have the ball today. What do you expect these guys to do when they don't have the ball? Eriksen, I probably need to have a look how many touches he had, but I can't imagine him having many touches. It's not the type of match where he can shine, but he was neat and tidy on the ball. He had a couple of nice long passes I saw, which I liked. I'll give Eriksen 6 out of 10. Decent performance, and then he was subbed for Sensi. And moving on to Sensi, Super Sensi is back. Osman Abbas says almost or finally. Yeah, Sensi. I have a stat for you guys. In the half an hour he had 7 ground duels and he won all 7 of them. And he had 3 tackles as well. So he made, this is a very good performance from Sensi as a substitute. Obviously he didn't have much of the ball. He had that one nice turn. I don't know if you guys noticed it in the opposition half. He came on as a left centre mid, but it looks like he was moved to defensive mid towards the end. But I liked what I saw from Sensi, and most importantly, he didn't get injured. He lasted the whole half an hour without getting injured. Thoughts on rival fans, including the IST guy discrediting Inter when saying Sassuolo missing 8 players. Guys, it's 10 wins in a row. Like, put anyone in front of you. You've put Atalanta in front of us. You've put Juventus. You've put Milan. You've put every single team in front of us, and we've beat them. So it doesn't make any sense to discredit. We had players missing. We had Perisic missing. We had players missing. So Bastoni. It doesn't matter. This is and Sassuolo made that decision themselves. They could have played Locatelli if they wanted to, Ferrari, but they made that decision based on the safety. Yeah, everyone says Eriksen 6. Eriksen 6. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, Marco from my FTV, I'm guessing. Yeah, man. That's what I was hoping. Give me at least once, Conte, please. I'm begging you. I want to see a Sensi, Eriksen, Barella midfield at some point. I want to see a technical midfield that plays nice football, good passing, 1-2 touch, before the end of the season. Once we have the Scudetto, I can understand why he goes for the same man, Gagliardini, as much as, we don't like him, but he's got us to this position. So Conte is a loyal guy. He's going to be loyal to the guys that got him to this. You're not going to just put in Vecino now just because Vecino's recovered or Essensi's recovered. You have to earn your place back into this team. And I agree, until Gagliardini messes up or he gets injured, he's going to be that guy, until obviously when Brozovic comes back, he'll be back out. But as in, the hierarchy is there. I've been talking about the hierarchy for a while. At the moment, I think Sensi might have moved up today. I think he was bottom. Now he might have moved up on top of Vecino. Vidal will be back. Vidal is a Conte favorite. He's never going to be bottom of the hierarchy. But yeah, Sensi, I'm going to give him a 6.5. He did rise after that. So just for that, the 7 ground duels won. Like, he showed a gritty performance. So I was give us Bayern Munich now. So this wasn't what I was expecting from Sensi. So nice fight from Sensi. Great to see. And then we did Barella, we did Sensi, we did Eriksen. Now moving on to the let's talk about Vecino as well, who came on for Gagliardini. What did you guys make of Vecino? I think he did all right as well. Obviously he barely had the ball, but also he did a couple of nice tackles. I think he showed some nice plays. Like, if you watched him off the ball, because I focused on him when he came on, and he looks good. He could be important in if you get any injuries, but I don't expect him to get many minutes to the end of the season. I'll give Vecino just a 6.6 out of 10. He didn't get much to the ball, but I was impressed with the Vecino's impact into the game as well. Listen to Conte and the players. We only count on winning the league now, regardless of possession. Yeah, the players have embraced it as well. They don't care. You see Lukaku in the box sometimes, even when it's not a corner. He's in the box, winning headers, clearing. Lautaro, these two guys have been working their socks off. And let's finish off with hopefully Sensi maybe against Cagliari with Barella out. Maybe this might be his chance to actually start. But we know Gagliardini, Thanos Dini. We can never get past that guy. And Nadim with another stat, my man, coming through. Number of minutes behind in the past 11 games. Milan 228 minutes. Napoli into 0 minutes. 0. Big fat 0. You can discredit, you can hate as much as you want, you can cry as much as you want, but facts are facts, guys. You can the haters can cry as much as they want, but at the end of the day, this Inter team are just ruthless, efficient machines. Let's finish off with the strikers, guys. Lautaro and Lukaku. For me, I'm going to give my man of the match to Lukaku. A goal, an assist, could have had another assist. Maybe he wasn't his best match. Some passes went stray, but in terms of he worked his socks off, probably worked just as hard as Lautaro today, the way he covered ground. So for me, Lukaku, 7.5 out of 10 for me, man of the match, and Lautaro just behind him, 7 out of 10. Ruthless with his finish, left foot. Chiriches or Kirikes, however you say his name, he thought he had him covered, Lautaro, with the second goal. He thought, okay, I'm not going to let him cut on the right, but Lautaro punished him even with his left. Lautaro, man, the way he works so hard. I'm so happy that now he's getting praise from Inter fans. He was getting a lot of hate and a lot of criticism was right. He was missing a lot of chances, but it felt like, Inter fans were just like, oh, we should have sold him. We should have God, but that boss, I always said the Barcelona offer was never actually there. They had no money. I don't know what offer you guys are talking about. There was never that Barcelona offer. And, you're not going to find, Inter fans were talking about Timo Werner last year to replace Lautaro, but we see Antonio Conte would eat a guy like Timo Werner alive. Like, you can tell he's got that soft mentality. You'll probably take him like Ericsson. It'll probably take him like a year to get used to Antonio Conte and the style of play. You're not going to find a guy like Lautaro who combines grittiness, skill, finishing at times as well. Like, this guy is just a full package for me. I love Lautaro. I know a lot of people are split on him, but I love Lautaro, man. But yeah, today, Big Rom, seems like everyone's in agreement here. 7.5, yeah. Someone saying 8 for Lauti. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Ahmed. If you want to give Lauti the man of the match, because I like rewarding players, especially strikers who work their socks off. And then, strikers that work that hard, they're just not going to be as clinical in front of goal because they've run their heart out. They're not going to have that clarity in front of goal because they've just been running. Their blood is pumping. It's just harder for them. Diego Armando Gagliardini will start next match. Yeah, we know, man. Sub-Zero says Skriniar man of the match. Yeah, as I said, he was the best of the bunch, maybe of the defenders for me. So I wouldn't discredit that. No doubt, man. The match for Lukaku. Yeah, 7.5, 7 from Lucky 2, Cipollini, 7, 8. Yeah, I agree with you guys, man. I like that we're all on the same page here. King Lukaku, King of Milano, Lord Lautaro. Alexis is a break. Nah, come on, man. Alexis, he always gives us those performances of the bench. I can't blame him for trying that wavy goal. He tried it, man. He tried it. I believe Lukaku needs a rest. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. He's not as sharp as he used to be. But in the squad, Pinamonti is just like, where is Pinamonti? I haven't even seen him. Like, he's even alive. Conte clearly doesn't rate Pinamonti. Sanchez Lautaro, I do like that false nine kind of partnership, but it just seems like, with Conte, we know it can't seem like he can do without Lukaku. Lauti, yeah, man, good I think he's the best pressing striker in the world. I think he's the best striker at pressing in the world. I think maybe Gabriel Jesus is quite good at that as well in terms of the way he presses and works hard. But Lautaro, yeah, I'll probably do like a video just on this, on like his recovery, interceptions, like so good, man. So good. I remember we linked with Werner. Thank God it didn't happen. Yeah, I don't think those rumors were real. I think it was just like a thing, linking us with similar second strikers to Lautaro if we sold Lautaro. But yeah, as I said, and the Bundesliga is probably the league, Bundesliga and Premier League, those leagues are very different from the Serie A. So you have to give time to the players that come from those leagues. So it would have been a very risky move to get someone like Timo Werner. Sanchez 5 for the awful chip. Nah, that's harsh, bro. That's harsh. I would give Conte. Yeah, let's finish off with Conte, guys. Conte 7. Yeah, I agree, man. He had a game plan. He knew what Sassuolo were going to do. He knew what the Zerbi is all about. But the plan worked out perfectly. Inter champion confirmed. Not yet. Superstitious or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to say it yet, but we're getting there, guys. We are getting there. Do that Lautaro video. We'd love to see it. Yeah, bro. Wills, I'll make sure to do a Lautaro video maybe before or after the end of the season. What's happening? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before Hakimi, bro. I don't know if it's like, physical drop off. He's played a lot of matches too, after the initial part of the season where he was benched for a couple of games. After that, he's played every single game. For Morocco, he plays a lot too. We have to give these guys, this schedule has been packed for a lot of these players, so we have to give them a little bit of a break, mentally, physically. COVID, it's a weird year for everyone. So let's be, let's not be too harsh on these guys. Hakimi is 22 years old. He's going to be fine, guys. And I was reading that Conte staff believes he's the one who's got the most, potential for improvement in the whole squad. And I agree, this is Hakimi, was he got like 6 goals, 4 assists or something? Like, yeah, similar to Theo Hernandez. Him and Theo are very quite similar. You know, they both prefer attacking. You know, you can see when it comes to defending, they're not really up to it. They're just like, oh, fucking hell. But, you know, Conte's trying to drill that into Hakimi now. Antonio. So, but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this post-match reaction live stream, doing the player ratings together. I enjoyed this, man. I'm gonna try to do this more often. Maybe I think it's nice to get everyone's views, seeing where everyone is with players and thoughts on Conte and everything. And yeah, guys, make sure you leave a thumbs up for the video if you haven't, if you enjoyed. Helps the channel and all that kind of good stuff. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Trying to bring into content to the world as always. You know, hope you guys been enjoying the content, and I'll be bringing this content until the end of the season. But yeah, guys, 10 wins in a row, -11. It must be cold. It must be cold on the other side of Milan and in Turin. And I'll see you for the next match. Obviously, Cagliari preview, Cagliari match reaction, and always, guys, Forza Inter. Ciao.